Well, it's 11:45 Monday morning. Did get here a lot earlier, but just didn't get any videoing done. Nothing happened so far. I'm at Milton Pools on the Spessy Lake. For a change, I'm fishing the right-hand side of the peg, and Lee's fishing the left. Normally, I fish the left, and Lee fishes the right. But we just thought we'd give it a try, or something different. It's warm. I don't know what temperature it is, but yeah, it's definitely warm. Had a few little bleeps, but no signs of life yet. Going to try float fishing for the catfish with dead bait on. When I set that up properly, I'll get a video of that and show you how that all works, and hopefully, a little bit of life on my carp rod. That's out to the right of the lilies. I don't know if you can see it, but there's some fizzing out there, but I'm past where that fizzing is. And my catfish rod is slap bang between the two islands. As I say, neither of us have had anything yet. A few little bleeps and bits and bobs. There seems to be a lot of stuff on the surface, and unfortunately you're not allowed surface or zig rigs here, so that's kind of put paid to that one. Nice and quiet with no airplanes flying over. Still got the motorway beside us, but I can live with the motorway. Sleeping in the hut behind me tonight, so that'll be nice and comfy. But yeah, looking forward to getting a bend in the rod, hopefully. Here till Wednesday afternoon, evening. So plenty of time for things to liven up, but it is getting hotter as the days go by. So it might even be harder. But it'd be interesting to see if I've got mackerel and squid for the catfish float. It'd be interesting to see if anything hits that. I might set up a GoPro. I'll see. It depends how well the GoPro can pick it up, because the GoPro don't zoom that well. I don't really want my phone just sitting there zoomed in for ages on the float, but we'll see what happens and take it from there. Lee's running the same as me, one cat, one carp. Not sure what boilies he's got on the carp rod, but it's the usual halibuts on the cat rod. So I will keep you informed, show you some of my rigs and setups. Not a lot of it's changed. Carp rod's at the moment got a bright yellow pop-up on, and cat rod's 2 pellets, and again yellow pop-up. Do like using my yellow pop-ups for my carp or my cat rigs, but don't know if it actually works or it's just something in my head, but I always tend to do it. We're keeping an eye on the fish around the lake. Might do a bit of stalking. We've got a couple of got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 others on the lake. Don't know how much has come out. One guy had 1 carp, 1 cat, and a bream. Don't know what the others have had, but we're going to enjoy it. Have some laughs as we always do, and hopefully get a few bends in the rod over the session. I'll keep you updated. I'll speak to you all again soon. Well, this is the rig I'm using for catfish this time. 3 halibut pellets, plumberry pink pop-up for a change, eagle wave circle hook, 80-pound cat link, and an 80-pound barrel swivel. Pretty much the same rig I always use, simple but effective. So, 7:05 on Monday evening, and it's been an abysmal session. No matter what we've tried, we've not had anything more than the occasional single bleep. At the moment I've got a float with half a mackerel on. I'll turn my camera slightly. You might be able to see it. I don't know if I can zoom. No, I can't zoom. But yeah, bright yellow float just in front of the island. You'd probably be able to see it on a big screen, but not on a phone. And I tried that with squid, and I had mackerel, half a mackerel on it for the last couple of hours, and nothing. Lee's tried multiple baits and locations, and still nothing. We've had a good feed though. I cooked a lovely meal for us tonight, as always. So we're well looked after. Got some beers and some gin to keep us company for tonight. But now it's cooling down. Hopefully the fish might wake up a bit. There's not, the thing is, there's not even much surface movement. That said, there's some big fizzing about 4 rod lengths out in front of us. But no, we don't. I don't know. It's what keeps us coming back, though, isn't it? It's fishing, isn't it? We'll keep you updated, hopefully, to say yes, we've actually caught some fish. Otherwise, it's just to chat more crap, which by now you know I'm getting pretty good at. I'll show you more rigs, have a play with my GoPro, probably put that on my boat when it's getting dark, have a trundle out and bait up just before bedtime. It's nice to have a bit of GoPro on the boat. I've got the drone in the van, but I've done drone footage from here before, so I might not bother with that. But we'll see what happens. And this is my float setup that I'm going to be using today. Black cat catfish float. I'm assuming that orange thing comes out and you can put a night light in there. We'll sort of try that later. Just an inline sinker. Don't want to get that tangled, which I will. Again, barrel swivel. And I'll be using squid or mackerel at the moment. That's a squid, but that's just, you can see what the setup looks like. As you can see, if that focuses, got a float stop and a bead, top and bottom of the float, so the adjusting the depth's nice and easy. Little, don't know what size sinker that is, isn't it? No, 15-gram sinker. And yeah, so we'll see how we get on with that lot, and hopefully get something worth looking at on that. Well, it's 3 p.m. on day 2, and it is pretty damn bleak. Two of the rules here are no surface fishing and no zigs. You can see loads of fish all over the place up in the water, but obviously you can't fish for them. I tried working around it, a bit of float fishing with maggots, but that they absolutely got destroyed by little stuff, so which I was expecting. Coxie had one this morning, about I think it was about 1 o'clock. Catfish about £10. My catfish rod was going nuts all night, every 20 minutes, half hour, 4 or 5 bleeps, and then nothing. Half hour later, 4 or 5 bleeps, nothing. And so far, that is exactly what I've caught. Big fat nothing. I don't know, I've tried different methods, different baits. You probably can't see it, but there's one directly in front of the camera. Looks like quite a size, just sitting under the surface. And you can't zig, you can't surface fish for them. I haven't got any sort of baits that are any good for float fishing, so I'm kind of stuffed. Tried filling it in, putting a load of extra baits out, because on a light bed of bait nothing was happening, so I thought try a bigger bed of bait, and still nothing. Not going to give up though. Never give up hope. I'll probably put my dead bait float fishing for catfish out again later. I mean, this beautiful weather, but it don't make fishing easy when you're not allowed to go off the top. I reckon if I was allowed surface fishing here, I'd absolutely hammer it, because I love surface fishing. No, I don't have it on many of my videos, but a lot of the places I fish, it's just not viable. It's like last week, Windsor View. As soon as I put out a handful of dog biscuits, the old goals were down, and 2 or 3 handfuls of dog biscuits went in like 30 seconds. So that was a no-go for surface fishing. This one, you're not allowed. A lot of my club waters, you're not allowed surface fishing. So yeah, can't do it as often as I'd love to. And as I say, today I think would have been the day for surface fishing, but going to carry on with what I've got out at the moment. I've got me 3 pellets, catfish rig out between the 2 islands, and I think, yeah, purple plumberry pop-up. It's sat 2/3 of the way across, pretty much in line with the tallest tree on the left-hand section of them 2 islands. The ones above, sort of my rods are pointing to, so. But when I woke up this morning, well, I say when I woke up this morning, I hardly slept. I've got about an hour and a half sleep all night because of the alarms. But I watched the water for ages, and there was a lot of fizzing. Nothing round by the island, but come 20 yards, 30 yards off the island, it was all round there. So that's where I'll put my bed of bait down, and I'm going to carry on over that, probably for the rest of this session. As I say, my cat bait, still I'm under arguing whether to go on float, because I would love to see that rip off. I think that'd be pretty cool to see. And because there's nothing happening on the bottom catfish bait, it don't hurt to try something different, does it? Anyway, hopefully I'll do another video a bit later, and we'll have something on the bank, but it's not looking promising. As I say, I ain't had any proper bites at all today, any of us. We've got a guy to the right of me now. The 2 guys to the left of me, they had a catfish late last night, and that was it. There's a guy on the far bank, I don't know what he had, but it's definitely not, they're definitely not feeding hard, so we'll see what happens in the rest of the session. Well, it's 9:40 in the morning on day 3, and I'm pleased to say I finally managed to bank one. About 4:45 this morning, my carp rod screamed off, hit into it, it felt like a catfish, I'm not going to lie, but it took me straight into a snag. So I thought, low pressure on it, and it just felt solid, so I thought it spat the hook. But I thought, I'll do the usual trick, release the clutch on my rod, set my rod on my pod for a few minutes. I even went and had a leak while I was doing that. Nothing happened, and after about 5 minutes I had a couple of short runs. It stopped again. I lifted and it was still solid. So I thought, give it a couple more minutes, see what happens. Did exactly the same thing, and I lifted into it, but it felt solid. And all of a sudden I felt that knock as it released itself, and I got the fish out into the water. And after a good solid scrap, because I still at the time thought it was a cat, and because it was on the carp rod I didn't want to risk cracking off. But when we got it to the bank to net it, turned out to be a lovely carp. 23.7 it weighed, which I'm well chuffed with, because my personal best before that was 23 pound on the nose. So it's only £7 bigger, but I'd rather go up in increments than go and get a 40, 42, because then you're chasing your personal best becomes really hard. If you go up £23, £23.5, then £24, it's gradual, so it takes its time, and you don't. But yeah, I'm pleased to say I've had. Unfortunately, Cox has not had anything else since. His catfish night before last. There are fish on the surface again, but not allowed to surface fish and that. So it's just a case of wait and see what the rest of the day brings. Well, that time of day is upon us. Final video for this session. Just the one catfish for Lee, about £10, and just the one carp for me. 44 hours just to catch one fish. Bonkers, but it was worth it, and it's what keeps us coming back. We've had a good session. It's really hot now, and it's low 30s, low to mid. Not a lot happened at all. As you can see, my rod pod's packed away. I've just got my net, my cradle, and my rods ready to go, just in case something happens in the last knock-ins. We'll probably be away within the next half hour, all packed away and done and loaded up. Really haven't got a clue when I'm going to get on the bank next. Next few weeks I'm just chaotic with work, and then I've got a few days in Lanzarote. Doubt I'll be doing any fishing in Lanzarote. Might do a scuba dive or two though if I get a chance. But I'm hoping to do a bit of sea fishing, bit of lure fishing, and possibly fishing the Broads if I get an hour or two in the evenings. But I don't always video there. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll keep posting all sorts of weird stuff like I always do. And see you when I'm next on the bank.